Hello, students. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Darshan. Good afternoon, Kumar. So today we will start the new chapter, that is statistics. In statistics, you have many terms, important terms, which you have to learn. There are many formulas also, so you should not get confused. I'm pasting them. First of all, what is limit of the class? Suppose if I write 10 to 20, this is called class. It is called class interval. So in this class interval, this is called lower limit of the class, and this is called upper limit of the class. The size of the class interval will be from 20, you subtract 10. 20 minus 10. 10 is the size of the class interval. The next is primary and secondary data. Suppose if I ask you to collect some data. Suppose if I'll ask you to go to each and every student of your class and measure the height. So you will go to each and every student, measure the height and write it in a book. Like height is 5 feet. Height is 5 feet. Height is 2 feet. Height is 6 feet. Like that, if you measure and write it in a book, that is called primary data. But after taking this list, when you investigate it, when you analyze it, when you study it, that will become the secondary data. This chapter carries 7 marks. Statistics chapter carries 7 marks questions. Next is variable. Variable means the thing which is different for different persons. Like weight of each person will be different. Height of each person will be different. Income will be different. Age will be different. These are called variables. Frequency. Frequency means the number of times a particular thing is repeating. Suppose if you measure the height of students in your class and 5 students have height 4 feet. 4 feet is the height of 5 students. How many students? That number, 5 students. That is called frequency. How many students have height? 4 feet. That becomes the frequency. Now the next thing. Here I'm putting the next. What is discrete frequency distribution? If you list the observation in such a way that exact measurements of the units are clearly shown, that is discrete frequency distribution. Suppose you are measuring the weight of members of your family. So your father's weight is 67 kilograms. Clearly, the unit of measurement is given in this distribution. Your mother's weight is 60 kilograms. Your brother's weight is 45 kilograms. In this list, the unit of measurement is clearly given. That is discrete frequency distribution. Next, what is continuous frequency distribution? So in this, what happens is you will make a table. You will take the classes, class intervals, groups are taken, which you will not measure. I know. So if in a table, you are arranging the data in classes, in groups, which are exactly not measured. That is continuous frequency distribution. Like this in kilograms, you can't measure it. The next is cumulative frequency distribution. Suppose each class has a frequency like 0 to 10. Suppose this is height. 0 to 10. This is frequency. How many people? Suppose 3 people. 10 to 20, 5 people. 20 to 30, 7 people. For each class, you have frequency. Now, the first class frequency is 3. If you add this to the frequency of the second class, 3 plus 5, 8. If 8 is added to the frequency of the third class, 8 plus 7, 15. So this is called cumulative frequency column. The next is how to graph the frequency distributions. In that, the first one is histogram. How to draw a histogram. Not only histogram, many more are there. Here. So histogram looks like this. The diagram or graph looks like this for histogram. So to draw the histogram, we need continuous frequency distribution. First of all, you will mark the class interval on x-axis. The lower limit and upper limit of the class interval, you will mark on x-axis. Now, we have to draw rectangles standing on x-axis and joining to each other. Each rectangle is joined to the other. The height of the rectangle will give you frequency of that class. If you see the height of the rectangle of that particular class. Even if the classes are not of same size, here the classes are of same size, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Each class is of same size, 10. But even though the classes of same size are not there, still you can draw rectangles. See, here if you see the graph and write the table 10 to 20, this is class interval, frequency is 10. 20 to 30, frequency is 20. 30 to 40, frequency is 40. 40 to 50, frequency is 30. 50 to 60, frequency is 10. Looking at the frequency table, you can draw the histogram, and looking at the histogram, you can draw the tables. The next is bar diagram. So in this, you will consider the length of the bar as frequency. The length of the bar, length of the bar. But on x-axis, you will not draw anything. You will not number anything. But each bar represents a particular thing. Like here you can see the first bar is for cars, second bus, third scooters, and fourth bikes. Again, the height will give you the frequency. So how many cars were there? Number of cars, 40. Number of buses, 20. Number of scooters, 25. Number of bikes, 40. Yes, we will learn that also. Quartile deviation also we will come. One by one, we will come slowly, all the points. From the beginning, if you understand. So bar diagram will be like this. On x-axis, you will talk about vehicles, and on y-axis, how many. You will talk about the frequency. The next one, pie diagrams. Pie diagram also will tell you about the frequency, but frequency is converted into angles. So the pie diagram will be having a circle in which you will construct angles. Take the center. First, take 60 degrees angle for bus, 120 degrees angle for cars, 105-degree angles for bikes, and 75 degrees for scooters. Now, how you can change frequency to angles and draw the pie diagram? The frequency you have to multiply by 360 and divide by total frequency to get the angle theta. The same thing can be, same formula can be used to get the table also. Next is frequency polygon. So this frequency polygon is drawn for an ungrouped. You cannot group the frequency distribution. Then you will draw the frequency polygon. So on x-axis, you will take the variables. That means, suppose you are measuring the weight. Weight is the variable which you will take it on x-axis. And on y-axis, you will take the frequency. Now, you will draw bars, 30.5 to 35.5. The frequency is 7. 35.5 to 40.5. The frequency is 6. The length of each rectangle will give you the frequency. From 40.5 to 45.5 weight, how many people are there? 13 people, number of students. The weight 45.5 to 50.5 kilograms, 4 students are there. Like that, you will draw the bars first. You will draw the histogram first. And then from the first class, you will take the midpoint on the rectangle, midpoint of each interval, and you will join the midpoints. These midpoints, when you join, they form frequency polygon. Next one. Cumulative frequency, just now I told you about table. But now we are talking cumulative frequency curve or ogive curve. It is nothing but telling about the frequency again. But cumulative frequency curves are of two types: less than cumulative frequency, more than cumulative frequency. How to draw it? Suppose you want to put time on x-axis. At 9 o'clock, what is the temperature? 65 degrees. At 10 o'clock, the temperature is 70. At 11 o'clock, the temperature is 75. At 12 noon, it is 70. 1 p.m., it is 75. 2 p.m., it is 65. 3 p.m., it is 65. All these you will join. You will get cumulative frequency curve. Now, measures of central tendency. What is measures of central tendency? The value in the center, the average value. How to find the average value? How to find the middle value? How to find the center value? There are different ways of measuring central tendency by finding arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, median, mode. 5 different ways are there to measure. Now, each one we will study. First, we will find arithmetic mean. How to find the arithmetic mean? You will add all the values given to you and divide by number of values given to you, total number of values given. How we will see? Suppose if you just have a list, you did not group it, you did not classify it, it is unclassified data. Then just in the list you will have x1, x2, x3 up to n numbers are there. So to find the arithmetic mean A or x bar, you will add all the list numbers, and because it is xn, total n terms are there, so you divide by n. You can sleep or make the data like this. Arithmetic mean or x bar, you can write it. And then if you want to make it short, sigma means adding all the xi's. Total n xi's are there, add them and divide by n. That is the formula for arithmetic mean. But if you are given a table, you are given the numbers and how many times they are occurring. Frequency is given. So one column is x1, x2, x3, the heights. The other column is how many are having x1 height, how many x2 height, how many x3 height. Like that, frequency is given. Then what you have to do is you have to multiply f1 and x1, f2 and x2, f3 and x3. Like that, fn and xn you have to multiply. And then divide by total sigma of the frequencies. Add up all the frequencies. So f1 plus f2 up to fn. That means the formula is you are multiplying fi and xi and then adding, then divide by all the frequencies you can add and write it down. See here, all frequencies are being added. So that is another method of finding arithmetic mean. But when you have a class, you have class interval A to B, then you will find the class mark. Okay. So sometimes what will happen is you will be given frequency. Frequency means suppose these are heights of students. x1 meters, x2 meters, x3 meters, xn meters heights. And then you have frequency. Frequency means how many students have x1 meters height, f1 students. How many have x2 meters height, f2. How many have x3 meters height, f3. How many have xn meters height, fn. It will be given to you. Then you have to multiply f1 and x1, f2 and x2, f3 and x3, fn and xn. Basically, you will multiply fi and xi. After multiplying, you add up sigma and then divide by, add up all the frequencies, sigma f. Divide by sigma f. You will get arithmetic mean. So this is another method when frequencies are given. But still there is one more method when there are classes. Class intervals are given, like A to B, then B to C, C to D, like this class intervals are given. This is class interval. Then you will make class mark. Class mark means xi. How will you get class mark? A plus B by 2, B plus C by 2, C plus D by 2. You will make one column class marks. These are nothing but xi's, x1, x2, x3 answers you will get. So now what you have to do? You have to multiply the frequencies given. F1, F2, F3. How many frequencies will be given to you? So multiply Fi and Xi. Multiply these two. Write it here. Like you'll have F1, X1, F2, X2, F3, X3. Add them all, sigma Fi, Xi. Then add up the frequencies also, sigma Fi. Arithmetic mean will be sigma Fi xi by sigma F1. So this is another method to get the mean when classes are given. Now, another method to find the mean when big numbers are given. When you have very big numbers, then you can use step deviation method. When you have big numbers. So what you have to do is arithmetic mean. Okay. When class intervals are given to you, class interval A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, like this. You will write class marks first. What is class mark? Xi. How will you get class mark? A plus B by 2. This will be X1. B plus C by 2. This will be X2. C plus D by 2. This is X3. D plus E by 2. This is X4. You will get class marks. After that, frequency will be given to you, F5. The first frequency, second frequency, third frequency, fourth frequency. Now you will multiply F1, X1, F2, X2, F3, X3, and you will make one column F5 into Xi. That means you'll multiply F1, X1, F2, X2, F3, X3, F4, X4. Now you will add up sigma, means add all the F5 Xis. Add all the F5s. These all you have to add. These all you have to add. Then arithmetic mean or X bar will be, take this sum sigma F5 Xi, divide by sigma Fi. You can find arithmetic mean. And then I was telling you, if the numbers are too big, then you will use step deviation method. How will you use step deviation method? Out of the frequencies given to you, you will have frequency column. F1, F2, F3, F4. You will assume a mean. You will only think about a mean. Without calculating just the center value, you will think A1 as the mean. Now, you have class mark X1, X2, X3, X4. You have frequencies. You will first find UIs. How will you find UI? Xi minus A1 by H. You'll make a column. Xi means class mark. AI is the assumed mean. Just you have guessed one mean. Center value you have. And with the help of that, you will find U1, U2, U3, U4. What is H? H is the width of the interval. Fi is the frequency, H is the width. Like if you have class interval A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, the width of the class interval. That means H will be B minus A. H will be C minus B. H will be D minus C or E minus. So you will take the width of the class interval. You will take the assumed mean. You will take Xi minus assumed mean by H. You will get U's. After you get U's, you have to multiply Fi and Ui. F1 U1, F2 U2, F3 U3, F4 U4. And you will make Fi Ui column. F1 U1, F2 U2, F3 U3, F4 U4. Now you will add up all the Fi Xi's. At the same time, you will add up all the Fi's frequencies also. And to find arithmetic mean, you will take the assumed mean plus, now this sigma Fi Xi, you will divide by sigma Fi and multiply by H. The class width, you will multiply. This is how you will get up to F4 U4. Now, whatever is there in the table, if in the table F5 U5 is there, that also you have to multiply. If F6 U6, F7 U7, F8 U8, how many are there? Those all you will multiply. And then you will take sigma Fi Ui. Fi Ui. And then divide by sigma F1. This is the method to find by step deviation method. Formula for step deviation method. So many things are there about mean. Combined mean. What do you mean by combined mean? If you have one list, X1, X2, X3 up to XR, then the combined mean, you will group up all the X and you will take the combined mean. How? X1, X2, X3, X4. You have a list. And then you have frequencies, F5. Let it be N1, N2, N3, N4. The same formula, but given in a different way. Fi Xi you will multiply. N1 X1, N2 X2, N3 X3, N4 X4. This is a list, not classified. It is ungrouped. So you will add up all these. Sigma Fi Xi you will add up. You will add up all the Fi's also. And then arithmetic mean will be same formula, sigma Fi Xi by sigma F. This is the normal method. Right? The normal method I'm telling you. When Xi is given, frequency is given. But in this combined mean, what will happen? I will tell you. So you have different groups of, there are different lists. Many lists are there. X1 list, X2 list, X3 list, X4 list. Different lists are there. Like X1 is the list of weights. X2 is the list of heights. X3 is the list of ages. X4 is the list of marks. Different observations, different list will be there. I'm talking about combined mean. So how to find the combined mean? I have total frequencies for each. Total frequency for each list. This is the N1 is the total frequency. N2 is the total frequency for this list. Total frequency means what? Sigma F1. Sigma of all the frequencies. Add up all the frequencies. Add up all the frequencies in the list. Those are the frequencies. Now we have arithmetic mean for each list. This is arithmetic mean of the first list, arithmetic mean of the second, arithmetic mean of the third, arithmetic mean of the fourth. Now, if you want to find the combined mean, first you have to multiply N1 and A1, N2, A2. You will multiply N1, A1, N2, A2, N3, A3, N4, A4. You will add up. Sigma Ni, Ai, you will add up. And then you will add up all the Ni, sigma Ni's. Divide, combine mean for all the list. Sigma Ni Ai by sigma Ni. This is combined mean for many lists. The next is weighted arithmetic mean. If W is the weight of each variable X. Suppose you have variables X1, X2, X3. Then for each variable, there is a weight W1, W2, W3. You will multiply W1, X1. You will multiply W2, X2, W3, X3. And you will take the sum, sigma Wi Xi. You will take the sigma for sum of Wi also. And then the weighted mean will be sigma Wi Xi by sigma Wi. This is weighted mean. Properties of arithmetic mean you need not learn, that is not important. Now we will go to median. The next important thing is median. How to find median? It is also a type of average only. So what you will do, you take the list. When you do problems, you will understand better. If you have a list, arrange the list in ascending order or descending order, increasing order and decreasing order, anything you can arrange. Then the middle number will be the median. Exactly the middle number. What I mean is, arrange the list in ascending or descending. Suppose total you have n terms. If n is an odd number, then n plus 1 by 2th term will be the median. If n is even number, there will be two middle terms, two medians, n by 2th term and n by 2 plus 1th term. And then you have to take the median by taking the average of the two terms. Because you have n by 2th term as the median, n by 2th plus 1th term. You take the average of the two. That will be the median. This will happen when n is even. But if you have classes, how to find the median? First, you find sigma fi, that will be n. Then find n by 2. Next, find the cumulative frequency column. Take the cumulative frequency column. Take the values of variable which is equal or greater than n by 2. That will be the median. Take the value of the variable which is equal or a little just greater than n by 2. That will be the median. After doing median, we will do some problems. Then it will be easy. Let me show you some questions. We have done too many things. But without doing median, it will not be easy for you to understand the problems. That's why at least mean, median, mode, I want to get. After finishing mean, median, mode, we will go to problems. Let us see another formula for median. Quickly, I will tell you. After that, we will go for problem. And you must have at least a little idea about mean, median, mode. That's it. And someone just now asked me about quartile deviation also. This is when you have classes. If you have classes, how to find median? The formula for finding median is L plus n by 2 minus C by F into H. Now, what is all these? You take the total frequency n. Take sigma of all the frequencies n. Then take the class whose cumulative frequency is equal to n by 2 or just greater than n by 2. That will be the median class. Once you get the median class, L will be the lower limit of the median class. F will be the frequency of the median class. N will be the sum of all frequencies n. C will be the cumulative frequency of the class before the median class, above the median class. And H will be the class size, the median class size. All these you have to take, put it in the formula. Okay. So someone asked me about quartiles. So now I'm writing about quartile. Later on, quartile deviation also will come. We will learn that also. Statistics is a big topic. Many things you have. What is quartiles? What is median? Median is the middle, center, average, mean. So it divides the distribution into two equal parts. Yes, median is the middle number. It divides the distribution into two equal parts. Suppose this is the distribution. If you divide it into two equal parts, first part, second part. Similarly, you can divide it into four equal parts, distribution. You can divide. This is the first part. This is the second part. This is the third part. This is the fourth part. You can distribute it into four equal parts or 8 equal parts like that. So each one is called quartile. This part, if you take, it is first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, fourth quartile. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So how will you get the quartiles? If you want Q1, the formula for first quartile is L plus N by 4 minus C by F into H. Again, same like median, N is total frequency, sigma Fi. L is the lower limit of the first quartile class. F is the frequency of the first quartile class. C is the cumulative frequency of the class just before the first quartile class. H is the length of the first quartile class. All these information you will. Similarly, third quartile also you can get by the formula L plus 3n by 4 minus C by F into H. Same values. This is third quartile, to get third quartile. Quickly we will complete mode so that we can go to problems. Now mode is also a kind of average only. A kind of mean, median, but that is a different way of finding mode. Suppose if you take these list of numbers, which number is repeating many times? Which number is repeating? If you see 96 is coming.
96.
Yes, 96 is coming 3 times. So 96 is the mode. Whichever comes many times, that will be the mode. When you draw the curve, when you draw the graph, maximum frequency, highest frequency, if you take, that will be the mode. When you draw the graph. Now, when you have classes, how to find mode? For classes, for groups, yes, Darshan, correct. For classes, for groups, how will you find the mode? That I'm writing here. The formula for mode is L plus F0 minus F1 by 2 into F0 minus F1 minus F2 into H. How will you take all these? First, you will take L as maximum frequency you will find. Maximum, largest frequency that class will be modal class. First you select that class, modal class. L will be the lower limit of the modal class. F0 will be the frequency of the modal class. F1 will be the frequency of above the modal class. F2 will be the frequency of below the modal class. H is the length of the class interval, class size. Those all you will put it. Now, once you know about mean, median, mode, there is a relation between mean, median, mode. You can write mean minus mode equal to 3 into mean minus median. Or you can also write mode equal to 3 median minus 2 mean. Same, both are one and the same. So now I'll put some questions continuously. If you learn formulas, you will get bored. So I will put the questions, start answering them. Let us see how many will do correct. This is question 1. That's why I said, first you have to learn some formulas, then only we can go to the question. Kumar is saying second answer, but he did not tell the first answer, Kumar. Lohit is saying first answer is A, second answer is C. Yes. For question number 1, range means what? Range is maximum value minus minimum value. That is range. And just now I
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ?
Oh, it got muted. When you see a data, when you see a list, when you see the list, one will go to 7 kilograms, one will be 1 kilogram, one will be 100 kilograms, one will be 25 kilograms. So the list is scattered. One is here, one is here, one is here, one is here, one is here. Like that, it is scattered everywhere. A little high, a little low, a little less, a little more. So how much it is scattered, that is measure of dispersion. How much the values are spreaded, how they are spreaded, that is dispersion. To measure the dispersion, one is range, the other one is mean deviation, the other one is standard deviation, and the next one is quartile deviation, square deviation or quartile deviation. Just now, range, if you want to measure, it is highest minus lowest. Maximum value minus minimum value, highest minus lowest. That will give you the range. In one way, it is telling you how much the values are scattered or spreaded. The next is interquartile range. It is Q3 minus Q1. Quartile deviation. Just now someone has asked quartile deviation. It is Q3 minus Q1 by 2. Coefficient of quartile deviation. Q3 minus Q1 by Q3 plus Q. Remember, quartile deviation will be 2/3 of standard deviation. Just now I told you what are quartiles. Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, like that. So if you want all these, you have to memorize these formulas. What are quartiles? What are semi-quartile range? What is interquartile range? And these also, if you do problems, you will understand better. The next is mean deviation. We are talking about mean deviation. So when you are finding arithmetic mean, the arithmetic mean is a center point for you. Arithmetic mean, or when you are finding median, that is the center point for you. Mode, when you are finding, that is the center point for you. Whether it is arithmetic mean, median, or mode. Now the different values, xi's, how far they are. Xi is how far from the mean. Xi is how far from the median. Xi is how far from the mode. That is mean deviation. The distance between every observation. Each observation, the distance between each observation and the mean. That is mean deviation. Now, when a simple list is given to you, how will you find the mean deviation? You will take the distance between x and arithmetic mean. You will take the distance, whether it is positive or negative, you will take the mod. And you will add up all and divide by the number of terms. This will give you mean. Suppose in a table, you have frequencies also. You will take the distance between every x and arithmetic mean, whether it is positive or negative, you will take the mod. You will multiply with the frequency, add up all, and divide by sum of frequencies. That will be the mean deviation when frequency is given to you. Remember, mean deviation will be 4/5 of the standard deviation. Now I am not in mute. Now my mic is not muted. Hello? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, some are saying that my mic is muted. That's why. Now I'm not muted. Okay, next we will come to standard deviation, but we don't have time today. We'll continue tomorrow, standard deviation onwards. We'll end the class now.
Thank you, ma'am.